Tonight, we're doing Sprite as a drink. All right.
And we're also doing the Red Train, the amazing work to get it closer to riding on the rails. And then we've got the building here, which is in place to show the LED possibilities, continuation from last week, and some of the temporary wiring that does take place as you're prototyping. There's a little table in there that gets touched on, as well as the bulldozer crane coming from the train and crane guy here so that he can re-rail some of his trains. And then the mystery machine, we go over some tips, tricks, and tip of the day.
All right.
Are we starting? All right, you go first.
All right,
you go first.
Welcome back to this week with Joe and myself.
And this guy is Brad.
Yep. Welcome back to Brick Chat.
Brick Chat, yes.
Yes, I think that's what we're going to call it.
As I've been editing videos, I'm like, okay, I got to name this something. So now I have something that actually I can put in the folder structure.
Yep.
To know what to do with it.
Yep. So you guys can find us easier. So when you subscribe.
Yes.
Obviously.
If this is your first time seeing one of these videos, please do subscribe. It does help out the channel quite a bit. And we would love to have you along.
And comment. Please comment so we know what you guys like, don't like, and we can go from there. Give us suggestions every week. That helps out a lot. Wherever you guys want to see. So
that's how this thing came out to be.
Yep.
This would not be in existence if it wasn't for some random dude on the internet.
I know, just some random dude. So, all right.
Speaking of which, that is a lot different
than
the last time we saw it.
So far, what I have done with this is I've actually enclosed it all. Now I've got two different hoods going on here. So that way you can see that I will probably do this hood just like this one because I have to do it this way in order to get past the battery box. The view is. So that's what I'm building around on that end. And it's easier to make this side look like that side. So that's where I'm at with this project. We'll go more into detail on another video, or should we just do it right now?
I think we talk about it a little bit, right? Because that thing is looking amazing.
Yeah.
You've got the gray pieces, which are brick linked to eventually turn into red, I understand.
Yes, for sure.
You've got the grills on each end. I'm going to pop that side off because just that little grill pieces, amazing detail when you first turned it around and I was looking at it. I'm like, okay, that little difference
just
there.
A little bit, yep. So this is the point where I will start, basically, I'll get to this part, then I'll start going back through putting detail in. And then I'll probably do it once or twice more. So that way I can start putting grates in and putting there's supposed to be a smokestack, I believe, on one end or maybe both ends, something like that. So a lot of the little details is now where you start working on. Once you get it covered up, obviously I'll get some more windows from Bricklink. They're on order. This is the type of cab that they have, is the round slope. You can do different shapes. Tons of different sizes and architecture to this type of train. So you can explore, do what you want. It's not one of those where if a true Lego train guy, model guy that got into it, he would tell you this train is blah blah and this and that and not right. But you know what? When we're just playing and having fun and just building a switcher, just a random switcher, I think that looks pretty good so far.
Well, don't let him see any of my trains then. I got some weird ones.
Right? They're just, it's all in the eye of the beholder. I think this is a great little train just to play with. And the great thing is something like this, the whole point of these videos is the fact that there's a lot you can do. You can make the cab go to the other side, you can make it bigger, longer, put two motors in it. This is like, it's wonderful. It's a great foundation to start off of. So
Oh yeah, it's amazing work too. All right. It's like show and tell all evening. I guess every time, I guess. But oh,
that's tonight's drink.
clear Sprite, special Sprite.
Special.
My drink's over there. It's in a cup. Uh, last video. Yes, last video. We talked about some of the LEDs.
Yes.
And I went ahead and I implemented that.
Nice.
So I'm going to reach under here. And now I'm going to run away and turn off the lights. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! And that is the 3mm light. And there we go. That's how that lighting looks. A little bit more dramatic, I think, than if you're at a show, just because it was very, very dark in here while the lights were off. And if it's a dark hour at a show, for safety reasons, they have to keep some lights on. And so, yeah, that's going to be more on permanently. Right now, the battery pack that's on there, it doesn't think that it's powering anything because these LEDs take so low power that it's like, oh, I'm not powering anything. I got to turn off.
That's why it just went off.
Right.
I love the look of it, though. I've actually been telling Joe how I really, really love that. Just all the light looks down just like a normal, typical light. He's got one on the back here, which is over the back door. Way cool.
And it lights up the ground right in front of the door over here. Yeah. Kind of does the same over here where the tracks come out of the doorway.
You got more on that side too?
You got 2 here, 2 here, 1 here.
Nice.
But yeah, that's... And this, it's supposed to have a track run through here. What I need to do is take from your shed the amazing work you did on those doors.
Okay.
And figure out some way to have like a fake door at the top. Give it a little more of an aspect of realness.
Gotcha.
Those doors are amazing. You guys do not want to miss out on one of our upcoming videos on this shed that he's working on.
That'll probably be the next project after this train.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, for me anyway.
That could be like a 5-hour video going into all the little details and... maybe not 5 hours, but...
Awesome. Yeah. I love his little your little security cameras and stuff.
I have one on each corner too.
I know, that is way cool. I love it.
And this sits, so the tech term of the day, or Lego term of the day, would be mod. And that's in regards to our Lego club. We do mods. So you take a 32 by 32 base plate, which is 10 inches by 10 inches. A single mod is 3 of those base plates by 6 deep for the club standard. And this sits on the edge of a corner mod. So it's actually 6 by 6. So this sits right at the front. And so I wanted to make sure, any little fingers from little kids that get caught on camera.
Oh, true.
Slap their wrist.
I like it. And then, what's the deal with this telephone back here?
All right.
There's a telephone.
I'm going to take the top off.
Okay.
Not that kind of top. I'm looking at you. And so we'll do some movie magic. Pull this off, change the other camera. All right, and just like that, we are inside the building where you can see my messy wiring. I knew I was going to be doing this video today, and I knew that I could come back to this later. So when I was working on it last night, you get this. So it's not going to be in the end because like where this train track is coming through, it actually will have a train coming through. So obviously we don't want wires dripping down. As far as, what were you asking me about? Oh, that's right, this thing. Where's the focus? My telephone. I left the telephone there so I wouldn't forget to do this part.
Oh.
It's going to go in here. Now the camera angle makes it a little bit tricky to see, but you can see it a little bit in there where we've got, looks like some jail cells.
Yeah.
Part of that is that I could go story-based with this, in that this is a repurposed jail cell building and then turned into some sort of warehouse or distribution building, etc. So, of course, while you're in the building, you've got to have somebody watching over everything that's happening. So you bring over Well, let's see if I can break it on the first try. I'll adjust that later. But you got to put it in your desk, and just in case there's any problems with what's going on in there, you got to have your telephone at your desk, right by your computer. I think I might adjust that computer later also, but and then your little dude. Let's see, do I have a minifigure handy? I do. Let's use. Oh, perfect. I love that the first one I picked up is like an old inmate. If it'll focus. Anyway, so the guy that used to be incarcerated apparently helps run the warehouse. And there we go. That's going to be some of that interior. The door down here does open. I should put a stud on this to make it easier to open, but I'm not sure if I'll have that open during regular operations while this is running. But yeah, that's my repurposed building and my telephone. I put in a 1x2 there just to hold that wire up there. Hello? It's all right. But it does bring up a good tip of the day for purchasing the LEDs. What was the LEDs that we were talking about earlier, right?
Yeah,
okay.
It was.
Just making sure.
No, it's all good.
The LEDs, not these particular ones, but I was making a purchase for some flashing ones, and I thought I got the right thing. I did not. What I wanted was just like a steady on-off flash. And these ones, they are, as you saw, they do stay steady. These are what I want for this building. But some other LEDs that I bought, your tip of the day is to make sure to actually read the description, because the
At
ones,
least 5 times.
minimum. Oh yeah.
And usually at the very, very end, because keep going, I'll tell you my story.
Yeah, the ones that I bought, I wanted this. What I got was this. So yeah,
right? So the ones that I bought at the very end of the description, because it'll say, these LEDs are 3mm, they're 9 to 12 volt, blue, red, white, all these different colors. But at the very, very end, it'll say 9-volt white or red or whatever. And so you're thinking you're getting a multicolor pack. No, you're just getting the last color. I've done that twice now. So it's one of those, just read what you buy. If not, you're going to have a whole 50 reds and 50 yellows.
In the description, that they have multiple colors?
Oh, yeah. On my eBay ones I looked at.
Mm.
So it's one of those, tip of the day, read it at least 5 times.
Have a friend take a look at it.
Exactly.
Your child.
And be prepared to just buy them again when you get the order in 5 days.
Well, that's just the inspiration purchase, the first one.
It is.
Come up with some other uses.
It's true. So, anyway.
Yeah, which is kind of this purchase right here, too.
Okay.
I went to Bricks and Minifigs. We have one local here, only a couple minutes from the house. And they had this bag that said, incomplete set. And it had a little coupon being like, okay, we know this isn't a full set. You can get this little tub of bulk for free.
Oh,
cool.
You
fill your tub. Okay, cool. What, $8 or something like that off of the price already. So this was a really interesting one because it was nowhere near built what this is right now. I actually took every piece that was together on this, I took completely apart, 100%, and then started rebuilding it. Well, okay, I take that back. I didn't rebuild it right away. I did the part out feature on Bricklink.
Yeah.
And then marked off what I have.
Oh, you had. And
then went through my parts and added in some stuff. So I'm going to have to still buy some things because obviously it's incomplete. And these pieces aren't right. But here's the fun part. I used some pieces from this bag. Yes. So this bag is parts that are yet to go on here. Just I'm missing the other stuff like the windshield and whatnot. So a few things I've got to order plus these and I can have it finished. But all of this doesn't even go to the set.
Oh, so bonus pieces.
Yeah. Even they're the right color. They're even the right pieces to go I don't know. Except for this big blue one. every single one of these pieces is used just
somewhere
already.
but
Yeah.
they just threw an extra.
It's like they knew it was incomplete and then said, "That's the right color. Here's some lying around. We're just tossing it." It's really weird, especially if I purchase minifigs. But
yeah,
that just, I guess, brought at least a couple bucks off my purchase price because I can repurpose those into other things
into other things
in 10 years. But, you know.
Hey, more grass or something, huh?
More grass, yes. I got lucky too because it doesn't have, like, it has Mystery Machine over here, but there's nothing on this side, not even hubcaps. I think I will buy the hubcaps. I'm not going to buy the sticker pack. So,
Okay.
I'm going to grab my phone because I want you guys to see this, of how crazy this is. I'm going to put on the screen a screenshot from Bricklink of the first one I did. So, the first one to buy, now, all right, and I'm going to be transparent with this. This right here cost, well, all of this minus the pieces that I put on, and I'll get to that in a second. All of that was $40 minus the $8 tub that I got to fill with other pieces. So $32.
$32
To get, before I put pieces, my own pieces on here, to get everything on there, including the stickers, was an additional $40.
Okay.
So $70 little car here, and at the time of when I bought this, it was like roughly $100 if you wanted to buy the entire set.
The actual set.
Yes, without parting it out and trying to piece it 100% piece out. Just buying the set itself, $100. And I don't have the tree for this year. So there's a couple pieces in here that go to the tree from my own collection, but there's this whole tree thing. So there's a little bit of grain and salt in all of this pricing just based off of what I have and what I can purchase everything else for.
Yep.
So that's that screenshot that you're looking at now. The next one is after I pieced everything except the sticker sheet, and it brought down to $12. And I'm like, okay, $32 plus the 12 plus shipping, of course. You know, that's really not that bad.
Yeah.
Comparatively. And then, yes, after all the pieces that I put into it, it's the $6.50. So we're talking a $40 car plus the cost of the tree, which I don't think would be really that bad. A lot of reddish brown.
Yeah.
And like hinge pieces and whatnot that are fairly common. So it would have been, I would ballpark tree plus car with the stuff that I have and Bricklink at $50. The sticker sheet? All right. If your lug drafted this car and you ended up with the instructions and the sticker sheet, lucky you. Because
you made money.
At least $20
for the sticker sheet.
For the sticker sheet, yes.
Wow.
Yeah. That's one of those like, okay, putting together future sets. Do I want to put stickers on it? Do I hang on to that? I don't resell stuff at all, but something like that makes me like, oh.
Yeah. I don't hardly ever use the stickers. I usually just throw them away, but I might actually start saving them now.
Yeah.
And start selling them. I mean, seriously. I had no idea.
Something like this, understandable. You know, it's not any printed parts.
Yeah.
But I guess there is a word of caution there that not everything is going to triple, quadruple in price.
Yeah.
So those at the end of our lug drafts, that might be starting to be a little bit tempting to grab those instruction sheets. That's something that every month, the instruction sheets are always the last thing to go.
And they always, most of the time, they just get thrown away too.
Maybe. I think somebody usually takes them.
Okay.
I don't know what, you know, if they throw them away just
to
do that, but.
Huh.
Yeah, that blew my mind. I was like, what? So, that's for a different module that I'm working on. Making more stuff. It's always more stuff.
Always more stuff. Always more stuff.
I guess that could be a secondary tip of the day. Look through your bag of what you're buying. That's.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
yeah. Especially if they sell it that way. They just sell you a random bag of stuff to go with it.
Yeah, I looked at it and I'm like, it has, these. I saw these three. I'm like, okay, cool. It's got stuff. It's not like I'm buying just the plates and some random panels and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's gonna go in the middle of a Halloween thing I'm working on.
Make sure you put the sticker side out.
I will, yes, yes. Maybe if I don't know. These weren't very much, but it's not gonna face that way out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I do have Scooby. That's another good point. I didn't include minifigs in the price of everything that I was
Yeah, because
pricing
those
out.
always jacks the price up.
Yeah, I
It doesn't matter.
might have a Scooby Doo minifigure, not the dog. That's Scooby, but one of the what are their names? Fred, Daphne, Velma. There's one more. Put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Help us out.
I can't think what
Oh,
his name is.
it's the
Shaggy.
Shaggy. Yes,
Shaggy.
of
Got
all
it.
of them. Who got it right? Did you put it in the comment and did you get it right?
Hopefully.
Good job.
uh,
Scooby though is there.
see?
So I can't get him out quite yet.
He knows exactly where it's at. That's awesome.
I'll get it out for when I finish it. All right, enough Scooby talk
Okay.
because I see something that's more train related over there for Mr. Train and Train.
Yeah.
Train and Trained guy.
So this is one of those builds that I saw on Rebrickable. This is a side boom bulldozer. Okay. And this one's actually designed and sold on Rebrickable by his name is Caleb Shields, but he goes by Yellow Dot LXF is his builder's name on Rebrickable. And this is one of the designs that he's done. I've actually bought quite a few from him. He does pretty good, real intricate. I'd say his skill level for building stuff, I'd say 1 to 10. He's usually an 8 or a 9 as far as building, age wise, because his builds sometimes get pretty tricky on how he's holding the panels together and stuff, like around the engine bay and whatnot. So some things are real delicate, other things are pretty good. I've put my little bit of spin on this, so it's got a few more things built into it than what he originally had designed. But overall, I like it. It moves. I don't have the extra cable hooked up yet, but I'm using this for my builds because what these things do is they're used for lifting trains back on tracks when they derailed. So I've actually got a pair of them. I got one at home. I'm still waiting on just two more pieces just for the engine bay. But they're used to one for each side to hook up the train, to lift it up, put it back on the tracks after they derail. So that's why I've got it for my stuff, construction equipment.
You gonna put it to practical use at some of our shows?
I might do a little display. Have a little side rail where the train came off, and these guys are over there working on it or laying track or something like that. So definitely not on the main lane though. But yeah,
We just need a branch line like at brick slopes.
exactly. Need the branch line. So maybe one day we'll get a whole bunch of branch lines. That'd be kind of fun at a show. They'll go on and off though.
Yeah, your rail yard is perfect for that.
Yeah. So
It has that one plate spacing.
it does, yeah, on the front.
And really you could do two.
Uh-huh. So yeah, future show ideas. But that's what I got.
It's fun stuff. Which one do you want to see in depth of?
That's a good question.
Because we're going over to Red Train. That's going weekly.
Yep. They got maybe one more show with it, doing the lights, doing all the electrical on it next week, probably.
Yeah.
And then we'll need probably a new topic after that.
Well, that came to fruition because of that crazy guy on the internet. So let us know. Be the crazy guy on the internet.
Sure. Okay.
Tell him how much money he needs to spend.
That's what it comes down to.
Don't let your wife watch this one.
Yeah, yeah. So, labor of love.
Yeah, I think I don't know. We might have to dig into some of that lighting that you do because I seen on some of your other trains the wires that you so delicately put through to all of the like the step lighting and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
So that might just have to be one of those upcoming retrofitting an existing train or something.
I definitely want to do my big boy. I want to put lighting in
Okay.
that. So
Now a steam locomotive though, you got the front track lights.
yes,
But what about like it's not getting lit up, along everywhere in real life, is it?
I've seen pictures. So I've tried to find pictures on good old Google, and I've found some pictures here and there of the old steam locomotives, and some of them are really lit up, and some of them are just one light in the front.
Hmm.
And it's like the same train. So I have no idea if they were back in the day, if they all lit up or not. I've seen pictures on Pinterest of other people's Lego steam locomotives, and they have lights down the sides and things like that. I think that's what I want to do with the big boy, just show off the running gear because at night, that's cool. That's just cool watching it. Watching the outside of the train run. So I think I'll probably put some outside lights on it. Might even have it on a different switch so that way I can turn them on and off and just have the normal lights and then the show lights.
We could have some garland and colored lights and
See?
Christmas.
See, we can do that too. So,
Then you get away with lighting up the whole thing and theming it.
and then we're gonna maybe put on those house lights, that change all the different colors by your phone.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. I have a coworker that's trying to go over some of that stuff with me. Like, um, apparently, and I'm just going to touch on this very briefly. Apparently, those lights, you can control each individual LED. Well, okay, there's two different types.
Okay.
There's the one that I think you're talking about, where it's like the sticky back and stuff, and where you can stick it around your bedroom and whatnot. The other kind is where you can control each individual LED. And I'm just getting looked into that. I'm not an expert by any means, but there's some possibilities of some stuff coming up of me putting it into a train car. Honestly, 6 months out. But when I get those suckers in there, I'm excited for those.
You can do pictures, names, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
If
yeah,
you can do individual lights. You can do whatever random.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's a what miniature TV screen. If you get it big enough,
Yeah.
you get all the lights in a row and whatnot. You can put whatever picture you want on there
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, my coworker has this little thing, not little, but it's yay big, and he can have like a little ghost is what he did for Halloween come across it. And
Oh wow.
granted, it was like yay big, but yeah, just, mine won't be that big. That would be a very big train.
Yeah.
But
And what type of programming? Like, is it pretty hard?
I don't know yet. But that's part of the problem is that it uses a bit of power. So it's either a rail yard queen where I can plug it into shore power,
Mm-hmm.
or I go with one of my other options, which can run off of USB. And just it's nowhere near as of that type of configuration,
Yeah.
but still very similar functionality. So I I think it would be way more fun to have it going around the track and doing some of the light display that I have planned for it. So I'm still leaning towards my original idea. We'll see.
Yeah. future projects. I love them.
Gotta get that money raining down. Anybody want to pay for these? You want to sponsor a train?
True. True. All right. Well, I think that's about it for tonight.
I think it is. We went over. It felt a little fast and furious, but I'm excited to keep going on all of this stuff because
Oh yeah. Usually this stuff for me, usually I do about, I don't know, 3 weeks, 2 weeks before the big show in August. So I might actually have a lot of stuff, new stuff this next show in August. So still 10 months out.
you're not procrastinating much
I
this time.
know this actually gets me building, so it's great actually. But yeah,
Good. Maybe we'll see you at a future show.
I
Come
hope
say
so.
hi.
I hope so. We'll be there. All right. Thank you.
See you later.